Professor Zalthor's mandibles clicked with satisfaction as he addressed his xenobiology class. The towering insectoid being had taught survival courses for 3 decades across 12 star systems, and he took pride in challenging his students. "Your final examination," he announced, his compound eyes gleaming, "will test your hunting capabilities on Kepler 442b. You must track and capture a razorback, a creature known for its speed, cunning, and aggressive nature. You have 48 hours. The class of various alien species shifted nervously. Razorbacks were legendary. Their crystalline hides could deflect energy weapons, and they moved faster than most species could track. Even experienced hunters rarely succeeded on their first attempt. Marcus Chen, the only human in the class, simply nodded and made notes on his datapad. Zalthor's antennae twitched with amusement. The human had been an anomaly all semester, weak by most standards, lacking natural armor or weapons, yet somehow excelling in every practical exam. The professor suspected the primitive species relied heavily on their technology. 2 days later, the class gathered at the designated landing zone. One by one, students returned empty-handed, sporting injuries and tales of narrow escapes. The Valkyrie student had been chased through 3 kilometers of forest. The Thoraxian warrior had lost part of his exoskeleton to a razorback's tail spike. Professor Zalthor was about to declare the exam a valuable learning experience in humility when Marcus arrived, piloting a hoversled stacked impossibly high with razorback carcasses. 17, Marcus announced cheerfully, wiping sweat from his forehead. "I wasn't sure what the passing requirement was, so I figured better safe than sorry." The professor's mandibles hung open. "How? This is impossible. These creatures are uncatchable by conventional means." Marcus shrugged. "Well, you said we couldn't use energy weapons or high-tech tracking, so I went old school. Spent the first day studying their migration patterns and identifying their feeding grounds. Set up snare traps along their paths, deadfalls near their watering holes, and pit traps near their dens." "Traps?" Zalthor's translator struggled with the concept. "You didn't hunt them?" "Hunting implies chasing, Professor. Humans learned a long time ago that it's way more efficient to make prey come to you. These guys are predictable, they follow the same routes, visit the same spots. Basic persistence hunting principles." The Valkyrie student hissed in confusion. "You used primitive methods?" "Ancient methods," Marcus corrected. "My ancestors were doing this 40,000 years ago. You work smarter, not harder." He gestured to the pile. "Anyway, I couldn't eat all this myself, and it seemed wasteful. Figured we could have a class barbecue. I've been marinating 3 of them since yesterday." Professor Zalthor stared at the human who had turned an impossible test into a feast. In 3 decades of teaching, no student had ever brought back more than 1 razorback. This hairless primate had brought 17 and was offering to cook them. "Tell me, Marcus," the professor said slowly, "how did your species become the dominant predator on your world?" Marcus smiled, pulling out seasoning packets from his pack. "Patience, Professor. We just outweighted everything else." He started unpacking portable grills. "Now, who's hungry? Fair warning though, I brought hot sauce, and you guys might want to start with the mild stuff." As smoke rose from the impromptu barbecue and the class gathered around, Professor Zalthor made a mental note to revise his entire curriculum. Humanity's persistence wasn't technological, it was something far more terrifying. It was cultural.